Hey friend, I am so glad that you're here today. We're gonna hang out, keep it really casual. I already made my coffee. Let me know down in the comments if you made yours. But in today's video, I thought it would be fun to share a cozy home tour. It's gonna be really laid back. I'm just gonna turn the camera around and share with you all the spaces in our home, how things are looking now that we've been in our home for 6 months, which is crazy to think. If you're new here, we built in 24 and moved in back in July. And I kind of just wanted to share what my plans are for 2025, some things I want to work on, but more than anything, how I decorate after I take all the holiday decor down. You know, it's a time of year where your home can feel bare or empty or like you need to redecorate. And I just want to be an encouragement to you that it's okay to quiet your home. It's okay to go with the less is more approach this time of year and focus more on the functions of your space. How can you make your home easier to manage? How can you implement new habits, change up your rhythms? It's such a good time of year for that. So I want to just kind of share what I've been doing and some of the forms and functions throughout my home as well. So all that to say, I hope you're excited to watch today. I hope that this video gives you some ideas, some inspiration for your own home. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you are excited. And yeah, without further ado, let's take a look around my home. Okay friends, this is what we see when we come through my front door. I've got a nice big entry table. I love the simplicity of it. It's a very, I don't know, English farmhouse with those wooden knobs, kind of country farmhouse, I would say. I think it's really pretty, but I didn't love the openness of it. And so I purchased these ottomans from Target, and I love that they add some pattern. But then speaking of function, they add some additional seating to our great room if we host a big crowd or a Bible study or anything like that. So that's been working out really well. And then you'll see throughout my entire home, but here in the entry space, I keep things really neutral, light, airy, not a lot of excess stuff. And I just find that it helps my home to feel like a breath of fresh air. It still feels cozy. You know, it's minimal in nature, but still cozy is my vibe. And so lots of greens. I don't do anything too floral yet. I wait until we get closer to spring, but lots of greens, both faux and real. These are some faux stems from Target. I always like to have a candle going by the entry table so that it smells good when you walk through the front door. But I do have some real plants throughout my house as well. This is the first one you'll see. And I just find that having something living just brings so much color and life to the space. And then I love these big windows going up our staircase. It just lets in so much natural light into our entry space. And it's one of my favorite design features of the house. Next to our staircase here is kind of our continuation of the entry. We've got a nice little coat closet here that functions really well. I just kind of keep my winter coats in here, some of the kids' extra raincoats and things. It's great for when we have guests over, you know, they have somewhere to come hang their coats. And then next to the coat closet here is our half bath for guests. This is such a fun little space. It was so fun to design, and it's been fun to decorate. I used an antique washstand and we converted it into a vanity. And I added I made that little cafe curtain so people feel like they have a little bit of privacy. That is one thing in 2025. I definitely want to start incorporating more window treatments. I've just kind of been taking my time with that. And then artwork in here, our half bath overlooks a cow pasture. And so I've just kind of found and thrifted artwork that resembles that and speaks to the outside. So this is just a fun little space. I love the floors in here too. It's a honed marble penny tile. I think it's so pretty. Before we go any further in today's home tour, I kindly wanted to thank Wild Grain for sponsoring today's video. When I discovered Wild Grain, I was so excited, and I'm so excited to tell you guys about them because they're the first Bake from Frozen subscription box for fresh sourdough, pastries, fresh pastas, and so much more. It's been so nice to be able to pull frozen sourdough loaves, baguettes, biscuits, pasta right from my freezer and have them be able to bake and be ready to eat in about 25 minutes. You can completely customize your box with your favorite things, and there's something for everyone. You can do a classic box, there's plant-based, and there's even a gluten-free box option. I love sourdough so much, but I'm just in a really busy season of life where I can't bake it myself, or I'm just not gonna make the time to bake it myself. And I'm so thankful for Wild Grain because their loaves of sourdough, they're still baking with the slow fermentation process that's easier on your belly, that still has really good nutrients and antioxidants for you, and even lower blood sugar spikes. Not only do I love the sourdough, which is so good, but I also really love all the fresh cut pastas to choose from, biscuits, the chocolate chunk cookies are to die for, and being able to bake them right from the freezer in a pinch. If my kids come home from school and they want a special treat or an after school snack, I can just pop them in the oven and they come out ooey gooey and so delicious. Another thing I think is so cool and unique is that we're responsibly sourcing when using Wild Grain, and you are supporting small bakeries all around the country. I think that is so cool. If you want to check out Wild Grain, be sure to use my link down in the description below, as well as my code, which is on screen, and you'll get $30 off your first Wild Grain box, which is a great deal, and free croissants for life, which who doesn't want a free croissant? So again, be sure to check them out. And thanks again, Wild Grain, for sponsoring today's video. And then you get a little sneak peek into my kitchen area, but we're gonna go into the great room first. I'm trying not to repeat things too much that I've said in previous home tours, but if you want like tons of details, definitely go back and watch either my empty home tour or building updates. We did an entire series on my channel, but this is our great room, and I love this space so much. It's very open and airy with the cathedral ceiling and all of the big windows. Something that I think is such a compliment. People come over and they'll sit in this space and they'll say, you know, even though your house is big, it doesn't feel big. And that might not sound like a compliment to some, but to me, it's a huge compliment. People say all the time how cozy this room is, and I think it's because they don't realize this room is not huge. Like, there's not a ton of extra space in here. I think it feels big because of the ceiling and all the big windows, but it's a very cozy room. And so function has been kind of my top priority in here, making sure we get the layout how we like it. And it really has been such a nice space. Even though it's our great room, it's not necessarily where we have like our family movie nights. Sometimes we do. We usually curl up in the basement. We have a basement, and so we'll do a lot of movie stuff down there. This kind of serves more as like a formal living space, but I like it that way. It's definitely built for conversation and gathering, and that's really my heart. So anyway, one of the first purchases I made for this room is this rug from Wayfair. I'll link it down below along with anything else that I can link. And you know, it has all these beautiful blues and greens and mustards and some beige in there, and that's kind of been the driving force behind my color scheme for this room. I love these organic colors because I think they're beautiful year-round, and simplifying and creating a home that's easy to manage, I think starts with some kind of neutral color scheme, or a color scheme that feels easy to you, that you can love throughout the entire year. So that's kind of what I've done in this space. I love blues. I think it looks pretty in any season. And so I've been able to, you know, incorporate the colors through pillow covers and blankets. And furniture and not feel like I have to change it a whole lot. So, you know, I had all this out at Christmas time, in the fall, and now in the new year, and probably into spring. And I think it just really works in the space. So all that to say, that's one way that things can function really easily, is by going with a neutral color scheme. But beyond that, we opted to get sofas from IKEA, and they're slip covered. And when you have a dog and a cat and 3 kids, it's just a phase of life where I don't want to feel like every time my kids are in the living room. I don't want to I don't want it to feel stuffy. I don't want to feel like they can't live in the space. Or I don't want to have a friend over that has a toddler and I feel like I'm holding my breath because I'm worried about the toddler getting something on the sofa. So we went with very casual couches, something we could wash, something they can't really, you know, mess up. And that's been really functional for us too. This is one of my favorite views in the house. Looking into the great room. This was a secretary that I thrifted and refinished, but I sit in one of these green chairs almost every single morning and have my coffee, and I love being able to look out at the pasture. I can't wait for it to be summer and I can look out at the pasture from one of those rocking chairs on my front porch. But nonetheless, I just love this view so much. My window's up there too, it's very bright. And then people always wonder what this room is off of our great room. It's actually my office, and I love this little room. It's a 7x7 room. You can see it's pretty tiny, but it functions so well for us just to have kind of a home office space. And it also, with adding the addition of 2 windows, brought in a ton more light into this side of the house and into the great room. So yeah, as far as what I've done in here, not a whole lot, because I do work in here every day. I didn't want a ton of stuff on my desk, but we did a built-in desk, and I do have a lamp just for when I'm working early in the morning or late at night. I did add these really pretty, these are new stems from Hearth and Hand from Target, and I thought they were really pretty for the winter. They kind of look almost dried out to me. I don't know. I liked them. And then I've got some baskets up there for my camera equipment. So anyway, love this little space. It definitely functions well for us. Okay, so I use these LED tapered candles all over my house this time of year. They are perfect for the winter months. They give off such a pretty glow in the evenings. I'll link them down below for you guys. But now let's head to this side of the house, which this door down here is to our basement. It's unfinished, but it is a huge space, and that is where we have a big TV and a huge sectional and all my kids' extra toys and Nerf guns and all that fun stuff, all the fun stuff. My goal is to finish it and be the fun house when my kids are teenagers. So anyway, if you're wondering where like all that kind of stuff is, that's where it's at. But now we're on this side, which is our kitchen area, the hearth and dining, and where I spend 90% of my time these days. But I absolutely adore having a fireplace in my kitchen area. It's been such a dream. I talk about it all the time, so I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record to some of you, but I'm just really grateful. It's something I've always dreamed of having, and so it just makes my heart happy. But as far as how I have the mantle styled, I have some faux paper whites that I got online. I'll link those. I had some real paper whites that bloomed through Christmas, and they were so pretty, but they just fizzled out. And so it's nice to have some faux options. I think they just give a lot of life to this space. And then I've been collecting antique cutting boards, and so I think they make a beautiful addition to the mantle space, with this being kind of a kitchen hearth. So anyway, I do have a chair here. Nobody really uses it, if I'm being honest, except maybe my kitty cat. But originally my vision was to do 2 wingback style chairs facing this hearth area. for when I have friends over for a cup of coffee and that kind of a thing. I just haven't found the right chairs and haven't quite figured out the layout yet, but I'll get there. I have all the time in the world, so I'm not too worried about that. But our dining table has been around for a long time. I got it on Marketplace like 7 or 8 years ago, and it was a Pottery Barn table, so same kind of feel, that like English country kind of rustic feel, but you know, it's definitely been well loved. There's lots of dings and paint stains and all that good stuff, but I love that. I love that I never have to worry about my kids messing it up or, you know, whatever. It just kind of adds more character. The chairs are from Wayfair, and the wicker chairs are also from Wayfair. So I've just kind of done a hodgepodge of things in here, and it works for now. Eventually I would love to find wood chairs and replace these white ones, but I'm not in a hurry. These stems, I forgot to mention, they are just in an ironstone pitcher, and I love these stems for this time of year. Just kind of like how whimsical they are. They're from Hobby Lobby, I think. My husband says all the time how he's so thankful that I added these sconces, because they really are such a pretty glow and add such a cozy element to this side of the house. But we're gonna turn around this way and get a feel for the dining and the fireplace. And then on this wall, we have my hutch that well, funny enough, I found the buffet on Marketplace and I painted it black. And then a few months later, I bought the hutch top separate. So they did not originally go together. And then I ended up painting the whole thing Mothwing by Sherwin-Williams. So it's kind of like a grayish color. It's really pretty. I just have some simple white ironstone. I did add a cozy little lamp. Winter is all about the little lamps. It's little lamp season in your kitchen, in your dining, in your laundry room, in your bathroom. Anywhere you can fit a little lamp, I encourage you to try to do that. It just adds such a glow in the evening that really is uplifting. Okay, we're not going out there because it's so cold, but I did want to mention that our back screen and porch is at the top of my priority list for 2025. I cannot wait to furnish this space and have these back doors open in the spring and have indoor-outdoor living feel. So stay tuned for that. But now we're gonna go into the kitchen, and the sun is just shining right on the island right now. I love this time of day. I did an entire video where I shared a tour of the kitchen. Every drawer, every cupboard, every little thing. So if you're interested in that kind of a thing, I'm gonna link it down below. Anyway, as far as decor goes, I don't have a ton of decor. It's kind of all real functional items that just kind of feel curated and collected, I think. Lots of wooden cutting boards and wooden utensils and fresh herbs and produce and all that good stuff. This little topiary here is so cute. I have a couple of them. I got it off of Amazon, but I noticed that it's sold out right now. But I'm gonna leave it linked anyway, and you can add yourself to a wait list, because I got a lot of questions about that the last time, so I wanted to mention that. And then I also always get questions about this holder, this utensil holder. It's actually a planter from Lowe's, from the gardening center, and I know it's still in stores, so run to Lowe's and get yourself a utensil holder. That's my out-of-the-box thinking for the day. Like I said, I've got my fresh herbs, I've got some cilantro and basil, and just, you know, the stuff I use every day. My coffee from a little while ago. I love having my sink in the island. I get questions about that too. I was so nervous about it, you guys, because it was not initially something I wanted, but it is just so functional for entertaining and just family life. I stand at this sink all the time and do my dishes. My dishwasher is right there. And it just makes it so easy and functional. As you can see, I keep the island pretty bare. I do have a little dish brush. This was a thrifted piece of pottery, but my little dish brush fits perfectly in there. And then I do have a vignette, just a little bit of decor, nothing crazy. I love kind of using trays to group things together so it doesn't feel overly cluttered. I've got a little IKEA plant, I've got a little crock with dish brushes, and a candle. This is new from Yankee Candle. It's called Pistachio Latte, and oh my word, it smells so good. I guess I'll show you guys in my pantry really quick. I just wanted to show you guys, this is where my coffee bar is. And, you know, food and other other good stuff. Our microwave's in here too, but and our toaster. But I just figured I would show that to you guys because I know I'll get some questions. Our microwave and some of our small appliances are in here too. And I've been working on my basement pantry, and I'm getting that stockpiled as well. So even though this pantry isn't overly big, it's really functional. And in our storage room, like I said, in the basement, we've been stockpiling like grains and canned goods and that kind of stuff. So eventually I'd like it to be like a full functioning pantry that we can just go down and grab things from. Okay, so this is the mud hall. So that's the garage door. And Caleb hung a big shoe rack and some hooks right outside that door. And so that's kind of the drop spot in the garage. So this just kind of serves as like a breezeway. It's not really a drop zone, other than I do have this little basket for hats and gloves for this time of year. And I'll hang my purse and keys here occasionally. Like, we use the hooks some and sometimes we don't. And so it's been functional. I think it's more aesthetic than anything, but it is nice to have the hooks there when we do need them. I just have a basket with some florals from Hobby Lobby in here for now for some color. Otherwise it felt very bare. And then this is our laundry room. So it's really nice having right off the kitchen. I find that I'm just like always doing laundry. We have this nice big sink. That's been great. And then something that I think has been really functional that I had our builder do was I had the carpenter actually build this table, this custom table to fit on this wall for folding. I felt like I didn't need a million cabinets. I needed somewhere to be able to fold, and then I love that it's open because then I'm able to put these hampers underneath. These are from Studio McGee, and at first I thought they were a little overpriced, but now that I have them and I've been using them, they are so worth it. I would spend the same amount again and again on them because they're on wheels, they're massive, they're really big, and they're just really high quality. I will link those. I have loved having these since we moved in. Another cozy lamplight, shocker. And then I've got some of my detergents and things, but and the litter box, which that's not fun to talk about or see, so we'll just ignore that. We do have a closet in our laundry room, which has been really nice for function for cleaning supplies, mops and things. That's my running shelf. I put an outlet in there that has like all my electrolytes and my watch charger and my extra water bottles. And so before I head to the gym, that's where I'm usually grabbing stuff from. Okay, now for our bedroom, which is off the dining. And of all the rooms in my house, this is probably the room I've put the least amount of effort in. You know, we moved over our bed, bedding, nightstands, and dresser from the old house the day we moved in, and I've hardly touched a thing since we moved in, and I'm okay with that. But I just wanted to preface with it because it's pretty bare in here. One of my plans for 2025 is to redo this bedroom and kind of redecorate it, design it, all that good stuff. So stay tuned for that. But I will say, having it be so overly simplified has been kind of nice. It's been really easy to keep clean, so that's been cool. And ignore my treadmill in here. I'm in the middle of training for a marathon, and it's the dead of January, but it will move soon. It has been nice. I find that with my treadmill right in the middle of my room, I'm definitely using it more. But anyway, so that's not much to share in here, but I figured I'd show you anyway. Now we'll go into our bathroom, which I have so loved and so enjoyed. You know, we didn't have a primary bath, an attached bath, or an ensuite at our previous home, and not only that, but the bathroom we did have was small, and we shared it with our kids. So this has definitely been an upgrade for us. I've really enjoyed having my own vanity. Caleb has his own vanity, and then we have this nice walk-in shower situation. And then you'll be able to see we have a shared closet, but it's divided. And we didn't do a door, which I was a little nervous about, but it's been really functional not having a door, and it kind of forces me to keep everything tidy, which is a good thing I'm learning. This is my closet. So you can see, got my hamper. Keep my socks and undergarments in here too. So I just am able to fully get ready in here. And then I've got a mirror for when I want to see what I look like before I head out the door. I figured I'd give you a little look over the stair banister, but we're gonna head upstairs now. And I have not showed you guys this space pretty much since we moved in, but I just want to share how it's functioning for our family. So we designed this loft space between the kids' bedrooms that has been well loved already, so loved. And my thought behind everything, kind of my desire, was to keep really busy, active toys like rough play and fun play down in the basement. And then up here, it's definitely more about independent play, relaxed play, quiet time play, and that kind of a thing. So I'll kind of share how I have everything laid out. Eventually, I will actually decorate and hang things on the walls, but for now, you know, this is how it's looking. My kitty follows me everywhere. Starting over here, we have a desk, and this has been great. Emma, my daughter, is 9, and she uses this all the time. She loves to color, so she keeps her coloring stuff in here. She sits here and does her homework. She's very independent when it comes to like her studies and things, so she likes her own personal space. So it just kind of works for her. The boys will do stuff here too, just not as often. And then this little pocket is kind of like our reading nook. Eventually, I'd love to do built-ins up here. But for now, we've just got this nice big plush chair from IKEA. And then this little cabinet here stores all our books. So lots of books in there. And then the boys have been very into puzzles. So we've just been leaving the puzzles out. And before bed or after bath, when they're kind of just trying to wind down, they'll do a puzzle more often than not. So very functional. And then people ask, what's in there? This is just a giant closet. And it's so great. My rule of thumb, I have not been in that closet in probably weeks. I'm going to open it for you guys. So I don't know what I'm going to find. But my rule of thumb with the kids, and they know this, is that as long as they put their toys away in here, it's good. It doesn't need to be pretty. It doesn't need to be perfect. That's just my rule. And that's my encouragement and advice to you, is that as long as something is functioning and your kids, it works, you're able to manage it, it doesn't need to be pretty or perfect. I think we see all this perfect aesthetic stuff, and it doesn't need to be that way. So, oh gosh, okay. They have it somewhat grouped. Okay. We've got all of our board games. We're very much in a board game phase as a family. We've got Hot Wheels here, Lego sets that are in the middle of being built. There's like Play-Doh and bracelet kits, more Legos, Magnetiles. Oh boy, all kinds of doll stuff. So you can see this is not like super pretty or aesthetic, but it works if the kids are able to get stuff out and play and put it away. In my mind, it works. This table here is from Amazon. It's just a wooden folding table, and it is awesome. We'll get it out occasionally. I'll get it out for them if they want to build a bigger Lego set or sit and do a puzzle or something. But anyway, I just figured I'd share that with you guys because that's my encouragement to you. Like, it doesn't have to be pretty and perfect in order to be functional. Okay, so you can see more of the loft here. And with all of that in mind, now we'll go into the bedrooms. This is my boys' room. My boys are 6 and 7, almost 6 and 8. And they will share a room until we finish the basement. But because we keep all of the toys in the basement and in this loft area, their bedroom can be a peaceful sanctuary where they just relax and sleep and keep their clothes. It makes it so much easier to manage and just very functional. So their beds are from Wayfair, and their bedding, the whole bedding set, the sheets and all, actually came from Amazon. I love the color of them with the wall color in here, but they keep a few little favorite stuffed animals and different things, but for the most part, it's very minimal. On their dresser here, you know, like Grayson's got his book that he's currently reading, and then my boys have been very into word finds, word searches. They will do this as like a little activity before bed. If they don't want to go to bed, I'm like, okay, let's spend 10 minutes and do a word search. And that really helps them wind down sometimes. So anyway, the dresser here is old. It's pretty dingy. It's from IKEA. I didn't buy anything new when they moved in, or when we moved in, but eventually, maybe this year, we will redecorate their room and, you know, hang things and make it feel a little bit more cozy. But like I've said before, with our room and the kids' rooms, I've been loving the minimal feel. It just feels so easy to manage. Okay, leaving their room, you can see the staircase and then the loft here. So pretty. It lets in so much light up there. And then last but not least, we will take a peek in my daughter's room. Oh, but first I'll show you, since I haven't shown you guys since we moved in, this is their bathroom. And all of their like shower curtain and hand towels and little accessories are from Target. I loved the color scheme. I thought it was perfect for a boy-girl bathroom. So anyway, just figured I'd share that with you guys really quick. And now we can go into Emma's room, which is pretty similar to the boys, just everything pink instead of blue. So you can see here, she's got her bed. Emma loves pink and Hello Kitty. And I think that her room definitely reflects that. We definitely have some work to do in here. You know, she has some ideas that she wants to do, and we'll get on it, but at least she has her little cork board there. She keeps all of her cute little pictures with her friends and her lunch menu and all that kind of girly stuff. She more so than the boys. Like I said, she's not only very independent, she's very tidy. She's one I don't have to harp on to pick up. She likes her room clean, and so I appreciate that about her. But her curtains, kind of ignore those. They're not long enough, and I hung them temporarily just to get by. They're just blackout curtains so that in the morning it doesn't get too bright in here. I still need to hang curtains in the boys' room too, but the rod is good. I just need to find the actual curtains I want to use in this space and haven't yet. So I just have those temporary cheap blackout ones. But yeah, this is her room and how it's looking so far. Okay, friends, so I'm heading back downstairs, and that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this home tour. I hope that it inspired you, maybe gave you some ideas in your own home, whether it's through decorating or organizing or just kind of decluttering and having less. I don't claim to be a minimalist, but simplicity is my goal in all aspects of life. If I can simplify it and make it easier, then I try to. So I hope that today's video was an encouragement to you, but also I hope it gave you some ideas just to create a cozy home this winter. I'm thankful for you guys. Thank you for watching today, and I'll see you really soon in my next one. Bye.